Welcome to edition quattro of SML Foresight. This week we'll be talking about season 80, weeks 10 through 12. But before we do, let's take a peek back at weeks 7 through 9 to see what occurred while Fins and Coop look up the word victory in the dictionary. Seattle laughs at your 1.5-point underdog moniker and raises you a 10-point win for themselves. Doink continues to make this season one to forget for Soda with a 42-32 win. This tightens up the runner-up spot in the NFC West as the Rams are quickly looking to run away with the top spot in the division. Great job, Eddie. Well, I got nothing for you here. My band skills are just not up to snuff, especially this season. The Saints bounced back from a 17-7 deficit late to take the win and keep any of us fine folks from picking up a point. The lesson here, I need to take up another game. Maybe Pong is more my speed. There were a lot of us that believed in the Bengals to keep it within a field goal, and there were a lot of us that missed out. The Ravens upend the Bengals 28-21 and grab second place in the AFC North. Straw's magical season is quickly taking a turn for the worst in Cincinnati. Great job to Eddie, Trick, and KP for their selections. We lost 7 folks this past week, and the majority of them were lost because, well, nobody picked a game. I'd cry foul on a lot of them, but I was included in that mess, so shame on me. The 2 that did pick games were Mad Bomber and Eddie, and of the 2, only 1 survived as the Rams ousted the Packers. By the way, that was my lock of the week. Why are you going against me, Eddie? Come on. Congratulations to Mad Bomber on winning Survivor. Moving forward, this will be less about Survivor and more about just picking one winner a week. We'll still have a competition to see who can stay clean the longest from week 1, but this will probably be a season-long activity. Stay tuned, and congratulations to the current Super Bowl champ and now the current Survivor champ, Mad Bomber. Going on to our weekly picks. Detroit and Buffalo. This alliance will be short-lived as Prime continues to roll. The Bills are slowly getting back on the saddle to tail down Miami, but this is going to put them back just a few paces. The Lions roll here. Next up in Week 10, Baltimore and Denver. Hey, I'm not saying the Ravens are going to win this game outright, but I do like meats to keep things interesting entering the fourth quarter. A late field goal should see Tug through, but that's not what we care about. It's all about the score, baby, and the Ravens will keep it within 3 points. Entering Week 11, after playing the Steelers, I came away very impressed and very frustrated with Torque's performance. The Bengals look to be crashing hard after an uplifting start to the season. Give me the Steelers to keep Cincy floundering. Week 11's second matchup, Washington and Seattle. This game is massive for 2 teams eyeing the last viable playoff spot in the NFC. The Seahawks just look to be stronger, and I'm not sold on the Commanders quite yet. The Commies' 4 wins are against the NFC South and Matt. Come on. Definitely a show-me game for Washington, but I think Seattle will cover here. Week 12. Can you believe that this was an NFC divisional playoff game last season? Yeah, neither can I. Ugh, go with the Giants. And finally, the Bears' brutal closing schedule starts here as Dump plays Damon twice, Prime twice, and finishes off this crap Sunday with a Week 18 game versus Steel. I suppose we're going to see what the Bears are really made of. Gotta keep the faith, go with Chicago, and the extra 2 points. So Survivor's over, but just for the hell of it, let's pick some winners and win you some money at your local Madden bookies. The Rams are feasting, and the Buccaneers are back to their old ways. That's not a good thing. Steel wins big here. The Dolphins are rising, and the Titans are, well, the Titans. This one might be interesting, given Tennessee is playing some pretty decent defense, but I'll still ride with Miami here. The Cardinals are keen on running the ball, and the Raiders aren't exactly keen on stopping it. I like Soda's Cardinals to press that advantage into a win over the Raiders. After a fantastic 1-0 start to the season, the bloom has fallen off Death Wish's rose. The Jaguars aren't world beaters here, but if you're looking to use a team outside of the elite players, consider Woods and the Jags in this Week 11 matchup. In Week 12, pulling on that string a bit, the Saints aren't at the forefront of your mind when it comes to survivor selections, but they're a solid pick to keep the Vikings on the skids. And then finally, Mike's season is going to go from bad to worse here as the Colts keep pace with Houston in the AFC South by providing a firm ass-kicking to the Cowboys in Dallas. The Colts are the pick here. And finally, my lock of the week. I love that matchup between Cardinals and Raiders. The Cardinals running game should take full advantage of that Raiders lack of rushing defense. Finishing up, best bets for the weeks 10 through 12. Straw is 1-4 in his last 5 games, and the schedule isn't getting any easier. Get me off this roller coaster, please. The Bengals are going to fall short of the playoffs. A poorly timed vacation by AJ has put the NFC East back in play with Washington and Philadelphia on his heels. This will certainly be fun to watch as we enter the home stretch, but I still like the Giants to bounce back and win the division. Not exactly going out on a limb here, but at the start of the season, I didn't give Steele his due, and I thought he'd be sub 500 to be honest. I was wrong, and this is me begging for forgiveness. The NFC West belongs to the Rams. The Browns will grab the number 1 seed in the AFC. A very, very lukewarm take, and it's not exactly going to cause a lot of conversation, but hey, I calls them as I sees them. And finally, the hottest of takes. There will be another champion in the NFC to fight for this Lombardi. The Rams, the Packers, the Bears, the Falcons, the Panthers. Okay, maybe not the Panthers. But there's just too much talent to not see this through. Alright, folks. That's SML Foresight for weeks 10 through 12. Good luck and happy picking.